So welcome to our channel. So today we are going to continue with our O-level revision series, and here we are having this question of our series. So these are questions of November 2023 question papers. So in this tutorial we will go over key topics you need for your exams, solving problems, understanding concepts, and building your confidence. Okay, so here we are having question number 1 of our series. So the question says work out 1 3 over 5 divided by 1 2 over 3. So we are having 1 3 over 5 divided by 1 2 over 3. So the first step here is to make this mixed fraction as an improper fraction. Okay, so to make this as an improper fraction, we are going to multiply 1 by 5 and then add the result to 3. Okay, so 1 by 5 it gives us 5, then plus 3 it is 8 over 5 divided by 1 by 3 it gives us 3, 3 plus 2 it gives us 5 over 3. Okay, so when we are dividing fractions, we replace this division sign by a multiplication sign and then invert the second fraction. In this case we are having 5 over 3, so it is now 8 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 5. Okay, so let us multiply the numerators and then divide by the product of the denominators. So 8 by 3 over 5 by 5. So 8 by 3 it gives us 24, and then 5 by 5 gives us 25. So our final answer is 24 over 25. Okay, and then the next part of the question says bus A leaves the station every 36 minutes, bus B leaves the station every 48 minutes. The two buses both leave the station at 9:30, so we are required to find the next time when the buses leave the bus station together. So here we are going to use our LCM because we are finding the next time both buses leave the station at the same time. So given that bus A leaves every 36 minutes and then bus B leaves every 48 minutes, the LCM tells us to, so the lowest common multiple, the LCM, tells us the smallest amount of time after which both events happened together again. So it is the first common multiple for both intervals, just like finding when two repeating patterns line up. So the LCM is equal to the next common departure time. Okay, so to find the LCM, we are going to start by using our prime factorization. So here we are having 36. So we can now say 2 into 36, it gives us 18. And then 2 into 18, this gives us 9. So 3 into 9, it gives us 3. 3 into 3 gives us 1. So 36 as a product of its prime factors, it is now 36 is equal to 2 to the power 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 2. Okay, and also 48, 2 into 48 it gives us 24, 2 into 24 it gives us 12, 2 into 12 it gives us 6, 2 into 6 it gives us 3, and then 3 into 3 it gives us 1. So 48 is equal to 2 to the power 4 multiplied by 3. Okay, so to find the LCM we are going to take the highest powers. So LCM is now equal to 2 to the power 4, the highest power of 2, multiplied by 3 to the power 2, the highest power of 3. Okay, so LCM is equal to 2 to the power 4. This gives us 16 multiplied by 9. So 16 multiplied by 9, this gives us 144. minutes. Okay, so let us convert 144 minutes into hours. So we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, therefore 144 minutes is equal to more. Okay, so here we can use our proportion to say 144 minutes divided by 60, it gives us hours. So let us divide 144 by 60. 144 divided by 60, this gives us 2.4. So it is 2.4 hours. Okay, so we want to calculate how many minutes are 0.4 hour. So 0.4 of 60, 0.4 of 60, this gives us 24 minutes. 24 minutes. So this is 2 hours plus 24 minutes. Okay, so let us add this to 9:30, the time of departure. So we can now say 9:30 plus 2 hours 24 minutes. So this gives us 4. 3 plus 2, it gives us 5, and then 9 plus 2, it gives us 11. So our answer, the time when these two buses leave the station together, it is 11:54. 11:54. Okay, and we are done. So the next part of the question says simplify 2c squared minus 8c over 2c squared minus 5c minus 12. So here we can factorize both on the numerator and on the denominator. Okay, so on the numerator we are having 2c squared minus 8c. So 2c is our common factor, so we can factor it out to say it is now 2c multiplied by c minus 8c divided by c, it gives us 4. Okay, and then we need also to factorize 2c squared minus 5c minus 12. So it is 2c squared minus 5c minus 12. So if we multiply negative 12 by 2c squared, it gives us negative 24 c squared. So here we are looking for two numbers for which if we multiply these two numbers, we are going to get negative 24 c squared, and if we add these two numbers, we are going to get negative 5c. So these two numbers are negative 8 plus 3. So if we multiply negative 8c plus by 3c, it gives us negative 24c squared. And if we add 3c to negative 8c, it gives us negative 5c. So we can substitute negative 8c plus 3c for negative 5c here to say it is now 2c squared minus 8c plus 3c minus 12. Therefore, here we can factor out 2c. We can factor out 2c. So it is now c minus 4. And then here we can also factor out 3. So it is c minus 4 again. So c minus 4 becomes our new common factor. So we can factor it out. So we are now having c minus 4 multiplied by 2c plus 3. So let us then substitute this factorized form back into our question. So we are now having 2c c minus 4 divided by c minus 4 multiplied by 2c plus 3. So this c minus 4 on the numerator and then this c minus 4 on the denominator cancels. So we are going to left with the 2c over 2c plus 3. So this is our final answer. Okay. question number 2 of our series. So the question says f of x is equal to x over 4 plus 3, and g of x is equal to 2 multiplied by x minus 2. So we are required to find f of negative 8 in the first part of our question. So given that f of x is equal to x over 4 plus 3, so f of negative 8 is equal to negative 8 over 4 plus 3, which is equal to negative 2 plus 3, and then negative 2 plus 3 is equal to 1. Okay, so the next part of the question requires us to find the inverse of f of x. So to find the inverse of f of x, the first thing we need to do is to let f of x equal to y, and then make x the subject, and then we can substitute the value of x with y. So given that f of x is equal to x over 4 plus 3, and we can let f of x equal to y. So x over 4 plus 3 is equal to y, and we want to make x the subject. So we are going to shift this 3 to the other side of the equation, and it becomes negative 3. So it is now x over 4 equal to y minus 3, and then let us multiply both sides by 4. So it is now x being equal to 4 multiplied by y minus 3. So inverse of f of x is equal to 4x minus 3. So this is the inverse of f of x. And then the next part of the question says f of p is equal to g of p plus 5. So we are required to find the value of p. So f of x is equal to x over 4 plus 3, and then g of x is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by x minus 1. So f of p is equal to p over 4 plus 3, and then g of p plus 5 is equal to 2 multiplied by p plus 5 minus 1, and then this reduces to 2 multiplied by p plus 4. So want to find the value of p when f of p is equal to g of p plus 5. So p over 4 plus 3 is equal to 2 multiplied by p plus 4, and then you can multiply both every term by 4 to remove this fraction. So it is p plus 12 being equal to 8, p plus 8 by 4, it gives us 32. Okay, so here we want to find the value of p. So to find the value of p, we collect terms that are dependent to p to one side of the equation, and then the terms that are independent of p to the other side of the equation. Okay, so we can shift this p on the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side, and it becomes negative. So we are left with 7p being equal to 32 minus 12, which is equal to 20. So p is equal to 20 over 7. Okay, and then the next part of our second question of our series says solve 3x over x plus 1 minus 2 over x minus 1 equal to 3. So it is 3x over x plus 1 minus 2 over x minus 1 is equal to 3. So here on the left hand side of the equation, we need to combine these two fractions, and express it as a single fraction. Okay, so our common denominator is x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1, and if we divide x plus 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 1, we are going to get x minus 1 and then multiply the result by 3x. Okay, so it is now 3x, x minus 1 minus 2, and if we divide x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 by x minus 1, we are getting x plus 1, and then let us multiply the result by 2, and this gives us 2 multiplied by x plus 1, and it is equal to 3. And then let us multiply both sides by x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. So it is 3x, x minus 1 minus 2, x plus 1 multiplied by 3, x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. Okay, so 3x by 3 by x, it gives us 3x squared minus 3x, and then minus 2x minus 2. And here we are having a difference of 2 squares, so it is 3 multiplied by x squared minus 1. So 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 is equal to 3x squared minus 3. So this 3x squared and this 3x squared cancels, and we are going to left with minus 5x minus 2 is equal to negative 3. And then we want to find the value of x, right? So when we are solving equation, the coefficient of a variable, the unknown, must be positive 1, and the power must be also positive 1. So we need to make the coefficient of x as positive as possible. So we can shift this negative 5 to the right hand side of the equation, and then this negative 3 to this side of the equation. So we are now having 1 being equal to 5x. Therefore, if we divide both sides by 5, we are going to have x being equal to 1 over 5. Okay, so this is our value of x. And then the next part of our question says solve the simultaneous equations, show all your working. So we are given 5x plus 4y being equal to 14, and 3x minus 2y being equal to 15. Okay, so it is 5x plus 4y is equal to 14, and then 3x minus 2y is equal to 15. So to solve simultaneous equations, we can use the method of elimination or the method of substitution. So in this case, you can simply use the method of elimination, because you can simply multiply the second equation by 2, and then you can eliminate y. Okay, so if we multiply the first equation by 1 and then the second equation by 2, we are going to get 5x plus 4y being equal to 14, and 6x minus 4y being equal to 30. So let us add these two equations. So 5x plus 6x, it gives us 11x, and then 4y minus 4y, it is 0, and 14 plus 30, this is 44. So our x is equal to 4. So when x is equal to 4, we can substitute this value of x back into our first equation, because if x is 4, it must satisfy the equation of this equation. Okay, so it is 5 multiplied by 4 plus 4y is equal to 14. Therefore 4y is equal to 14 minus 20, and y is now equal to negative 6. negative 6, right? Divided by 4, and y is equal to negative 3 over 2. So x is equal to 4 and y is equal to negative 3 over 2. 3 of our series, which says these are the first 5 terms of the sequence. So we are having 5, 12, 19, 26, and 33. So in the first part of the question, we are required to find the next term of the sequence. Okay, so we are required to find the next term of the sequence. So here you can see that from 5 to 12 we add 7 to 5 for us to get 12, so it is plus 7 here. And then from 12 to 19 you are also adding 7 to 12. Okay, so it is plus 7. 12 plus 7, this gives us 19. And then from 19 to 26 we are adding 7 to 9, so 19 plus 7, this gives us 26. And for 26 and 33 we are adding 7 to 26 to give us 33. So 26 plus 7, this gives us 33. So the next term of the sequence, it is 33 plus 7. So 33 plus 7, this gives us 40. So 40, it is our next term of the sequence. Okay, so on the next part of the question, we are required to find an expression for the nth term of the sequence. Okay, so as you can see here, we are having 5, 12, 19, 26, and 33. So we can label here n. So this is our first term, 5 is our first term, n is equal to 1. And then 12 is our second term, n is equal to 2. And then 19 is our third term, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, n is equal to 5. Okay, so if I multiply this 7 here by 1, let's say it is 7n. So if I multiply 7 by 1, it gives us 7. So for me to get 5, I'm going to subtract 2. Okay, and then it can be 7n minus 2. So let's try this formula for 12. So for 12, n is equal to 2. So this is 7 multiplied by 2, and this gives us 14. So 14 minus 2, it is 12. Okay, so let us try for third term when n is equal to 3. So 7 multiplied by 3, this gives us 21. Therefore 21 minus 2, it is equal to 19. Okay, and then for n is equal to 4, 7 multiplied by 4, this gives us 28. So 28 minus 2 is equal to 26. And when n is equal to 5, 7 by 5, this gives us 35 minus 2, it is 33. So our expression for the nth term is equal to 7n minus 2. Okay, and the next question says tk and tk plus 1 are consecutive terms of the sequence. The sum of these two terms is 703. So we are required to find the value of k. Okay, so here we can say tk is equal to 7n minus 2, and for tk plus 1, n increases by 1, so tk is now equal to 7 n plus 1 minus 2. So the sum of tk and tk plus 1 is equal to 703. So we can now say 7n minus 2 plus 7 multiplied by n plus 1 minus 2 is equal to 703. Okay, so 7n minus 2 plus 7n plus 7 minus 2 is equal to 703. Therefore 14n plus 7 minus 4 is equal to 703. Okay, 7 minus 4, it gives us 3. So on the left hand side of the equation, we are now having 14n plus 3 being equal to 703. So if we shift this plus 3 on the left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes negative. So we are going to get 700 on the right hand side. So 14n is equal to 700. Therefore, n is equal to 700 divided by 14. So n is equal to 700 divided by 14. It gives us 50. So n is equal to 50. Therefore, k is equal to 50. Okay. And then the next part of the question says an expression for the nth term of a different sequence is n squared plus an plus b. The first term of the sequence is 3. The third term of the sequence is 19. So we are required to find the sixth term of the sequence. Okay. So given that the nth term is equal to n squared plus an plus b. So the first term, it is when n is equal to 1. So we can now say when n is equal to 1, un is equal to 3. So 1 squared plus a multiplied by 1 plus b is equal to 3. So 1 plus a plus b is equal to 3. Therefore, a plus b is equal to 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. And this becomes our first equation. Okay. And then when n is equal to 3, the third term, we now say the third term, it is 19 is equal to 3 squared plus 3a plus b. So 19 is equal to 9 plus 3a plus b. So here we can shift this 9 to the left hand side of the equation and it becomes negative. So 19 minus 9 is equal to 3a plus b. Therefore, 3a plus b is equal to 10. So this is our second equation. 3a plus b is equal to 10. Okay. So here we can now solve these two simultaneous equations. So we can use our elimination method because here we are having plus b on the first equation and then plus b on the second equation. Okay. So if we subtract these two equations, we are going to get negative 2a being equal to negative 8. So if we divide both sides by negative 2a, a is now equal to negative 8 over negative 2. So a is equal to 4. Okay, so let us substitute the value of a back to the first equation. So we are now having a plus b is equal to 2 and a is equal to 4. So 4 plus b is equal to 2 and then b is equal to 2 minus 4, which is equal to negative 2. So b is equal to negative 2, but we are required to find the sixth term of the sequence. So the sixth term, u6, is equal to 6 squared plus 6a plus b. Okay, so u6 is equal to 36 plus 6. A is equal to 4, so it is 6 multiplied by a plus minus 2. So it is now 36 plus 24 minus 2. So 36 plus 24 minus 2, this gives us 58. Okay, so this is our sixth term. Okay. The next question says Chinese journey to work is a distance of 37 kilometers. Correct to the nearest kilometer. Yes, journey on Monday takes 43 minutes correct to the nearest minute. So we are required to calculate the lower bound of the average speed for this journey, giving our answer in kilometers per hour. So speed, our average speed is equal to distance divided by time. Okay, so for us to calculate the lower bound of the speed, we divide the minimum distance by maximum time. Okay, so given that our distance is 37 kilometers, correct to the nearest kilometer, we are looking for a number that if it is rounded to the nearest kilometer, it becomes 37. Okay, so here we are having 36.5. So if we round 36.5 kilometers to the nearest kilometer, it gives us 37 kilometers. Okay, and our time is equal to 43 minutes. So our maximum time, it is now 43.5. Okay, so we want to give our answer in kilometers per hour, but here we are having 43.5 minutes. So we need to convert these 43.5 minutes into hours. Okay, so given that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, 43.5 minutes into hours, it is now 43.5 divided by 60, and this gives us 43.5 divided by 60. It gives us 0.725 hours. So our speed is now equal to 36.5 divided by 0.725. So if we divide 36.5 by 0.725, this gives us 50.34 kilometers per hour. So this is our lower bound of the average speed for this journey. Number 4 of our series, given this diagram of A, B, C, D, and the shape E, F, G, D. Okay, so the question says A, B, C, D is a rectangle with area 30 square centimeters. AB is equal to X centimeters. So the rectangle DEFG is removed from the corner of the rectangle ABCD, and AE is equal to CG, which is equal to 2 centimeters. So we are required to write down an expression for BC in terms of X. Okay, so AE and CG is equal to 2. AE here it is 2, and the CG it is also equal to 2, and we want to find the value of BC. We want to write an expression for BC here, given that AB is equal to X and the area of ABCD is equal to 30 square centimeters, and also okay, so this is the only information that we are given. So area of A, B, C, D is equal to length times width, and our length in this case is BC multiplied by our width is X. Okay, so area is equal to BC multiplied by X, which is equal to 30. So BC is equal to 30 over X. So this is the expression for BC in terms of X. In the next part of the question, we are required to show that the area Y square centimeters is given by Y is equal to 2x plus 60 over x minus 4. So this is the area of the shaded region. So to calculate the area of the shaded region, we are going to subtract the area of this part here, this part from the area of the shaded, from the area of the rectangle. So the area of FEFGD is equal to length multiplied by width, where FG is our length and then GD and EF are our width. Okay, so given that from B to C is equal to BC, and it is 30 over X, and then from A to E is equal to 2. So from E to G is equal to 30 minus 30 over X minus 2. So this is the value of FG, our length, and then our width is equal to X, the length of AB, minus 2, the length of CG. So this is our width. So area of shaded region, or area of the small triangle EFGD, is equal to length times width, which is equal to 30 over X minus 2, 30 over X minus 2 multiplied by X minus 2, which is equal to 30 minus 2X minus 60 over X plus 4. So this gives us 34, and then minus 2X minus 2X minus 60 over X. Okay, so this is the area of the small triangle, and the area of the larger triangle is equal to 30. So the area of the shaded region is equal to 30 minus 34 minus 2X plus 60 over X. So this gives us 30 minus 34 plus 2X. Sorry, it's minus here. It's minus 60 over X. So this gives us 60 over X. So our area Y is equal to 60 over X plus 2X minus 4, and 5 of our series, which says the diagram shows a triangular prism, and AB is equal to 6 centimeters, angle BAC is equal to 55 degrees, and the length of the prism is 20 centimeters. The area of the triangle ABC is 34.4 square centimeters. So we are required to calculate the volume of the prism, giving our answer, giving the units of our answer. Okay, so volume of the prism is equal to area of the triangle multiplied by length of the prism. Okay, so we are given the area of the triangle, which is 34.4 square centimeters, and also the length of the prism, which is 20 centimeters. Okay, so our volume is 34.4 multiplied by 20, and this gives us 688 cubic centimeters. So this is the value of our volume of the triangular prism. Okay, and in the next part of the question, we are required to show that AC is equal to 14 centimeters correct to 3 significant figures. So we want to show that AC from this point to this point is equal to 14 centimeters. Okay, so here we are having this side base AB of 6 centimeters, and then angle BAC of 55 degrees. So to calculate the length of side AC, we are going to use our formula to calculate the area of this triangle ABC. So we are given the area of this triangle ABC. So the area of this triangle it is 34.4 square centimeters. So our area of non-right angled triangle it is half AB sine of theta. So this comes when we are having a triangle like this, and this is theta, and this is A, B, and this is C. So the area of this triangle it is half of AB sine theta. Okay. So in this case we are having 6 and AC. So you can now say area is equal to half AC multiplied by 6 sine of 55, and our area is equal to 34.4. So we can now say 3, half of 6 is 3, so 3 AC sine 55 is equal to 34.4. Therefore AC is equal to 34.4 divided by 3 sine of 55. So AC is equal to 34.4 divided by 3 sine of 55. 34.4 divided by 3 sine of 55, which is equal to 13.998, which is approximately equal to 14.0 centimeters. Okay, and then on the next part of our question, we are required to calculate the surface area of the prism. So the surface area of the prism it is the total of this triangle here and also of this triangle, and then the area of this side and the opposite side there, and also the area of this bottom side. Okay, so to calculate the total surface area, we are going to start by calculating the side BC. For us to calculate the area of this side here, so given that AC is equal to 14.0 centimeters and AB is equal to 6 centimeters, we can simply calculate our BC using our cosine rule. So BC squared is equal to 6 squared plus 14 squared minus 2, 6 by 14 cosine 55. Okay, so BC squared is equal to 36 plus 14 squared minus 6 by 14. This gives us 84 by 2, which gives us 168. So it is 168 cosine 55. Okay, so 36 plus 14 squared, 36 plus 14 squared, this gives us 232. So BC squared is equal to 232 minus 168 cosine 55, and 232 minus 168 cosine 55, this gives us 135.6. Therefore BC squared is equal to 135.6, and BC is now equal to square root of 135 11.6. BC is equal to 11.6 centimeters. So we can label it here. Say it is 11.6 centimeters. And to calculate the total surface area of this prism, we are going to start by calculating the area of this side here, this one. So the area of this side, you can label it A, and then the area of these two triangles, this one and this one. So here it is A1, and this one it is A2. So these triangles are of same area, and then lastly we can calculate the area of this side, this one. So we can label this one C. Okay, so area of A is equal to 11.6 multiplied by 20, which gives us 11.6 multiplied by 20. This gives us 232 square centimeters. And then area of the two triangles, it is A1 plus A2. So it is twice of 34.4 square centimeters. So 34.4 multiplied by 2, this gives us 68.8. So the total area for the two triangles is equal to 68.8 square centimeters. Okay, and then the area for this side C, it is 20 multiplied by 6. So it is area of C is equal to 20 multiplied by 6, and this gives us 120 square centimeters. And then lastly we are having this side here, this shape below the prism. So here it is 20 multiplied by 14. So area of this, you can label it D. So area of D is equal to 14 multiplied by 20. So 14 multiplied by 20, this gives us 280. So it is 280 square centimeters. And then the total surface area is equal to the sum of these areas. So it is equal to 232 plus 120 plus 68.8 plus 280. So 232 plus 120 plus 68.8 plus 280. This gives us 728 square centimeters. Okay, so this is our total surface area. So the part B of our question says the diagram shows a cuboid with a square base, and the height of the cuboid is 8 centimeters. The volume of the cuboid is 98 cubic centimeters. So we are required to calculate the length of PQ. So from this point to this point, and it is given that the volume of the cuboid is equal to 98 cubic centimeters, and the height of the cuboid is 8 centimeters here. And we are also given that the cuboid has a square base. So you can let this side x and this side x, because this one is a square base. Okay, so to calculate the area of the base, because to find the length of PQ, we are going to start by finding this length here from this point P to this point, and then use our Pythagoras theorem to find this hypotenuse, because here it is 90 degrees. Okay, so we can start by finding the area of the base from the volume of the cuboid. So volume is equal to area multiplied by height. So our height is 8. So in this case our area is x squared because it is a square. So it is now x squared multiplied by 8 is equal to 98. So x squared is equal to 98 divided by 8. So 98 divided by 8, this gives us 12.25 being equal to x squared. So the area of the base is equal to 12.25 square centimeters, and we want to find the value of length from this point to this point here. So we are going to use Pythagoras theorem. So Pythagoras theorem states that if we are having a triangle like this, a right angled triangle, and this is our angle theta, this is 90 degrees, and we are having C here, A here, and B here. So C squared will be equal to A squared plus B squared. Okay, so we want to find the value of this hypotenuse from P to this corner here. So we are going to say C squared, the hypotenuse, is equal to 2 times 12.25. Okay, so C squared is equal to 24.5. Is 24.5. So this is the value of from this point to this point. Okay, and then after we have managed to calculate the length of the hair from point P to this corner, we are also going to use our Pythagoras theorem to find the hypotenuse PQ. So given that our height is 8 in this length here, it is 24.5. Root of 24.5, this is this length. So we are going to say PQ squared is equal to 24.5 plus 8 squared. So PQ squared is equal to 24.5 plus 64, and then 24.5 plus 64, it gives us 88.5. Therefore PQ is equal to square root of 88.5, which gives us 9.4 centimeters. So PQ is equal to 9.4 centimeters. Okay, says simplify 7a minus 4b minus 2a plus b. So here we are going to collect like terms. So it is 7a minus 2a plus b minus 4b. So 7a minus 2a, it gives us 5a plus b minus 4b, it gives us negative 3b. So this gives us 5a minus 3b. Okay, and then the next part of our question says expand and simplify 3 multiplied by 2x minus 3 plus 5 multiplied by x plus 2. So it is 3 2x minus 3 plus 5 multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, so if we expand this, we are going to get 6x, and then 3 by negative 3, it gives us negative 9 plus 5x. 5 by 2, it gives us 10. Okay, so let us collect like terms. So it is 6x plus 5x plus 10 minus 9. So 5x plus 6x, it gives us 11x, and then 10 minus 9, it gives us 1. So our final answer is equal to 11x plus 1. Okay, so the next part of the question says solve the equation 6x squared minus 2x minus 9 is equal to 0. Show all your working and give your answers correct to 2 decimal places. So we are having 6x squared minus 2x minus 9 being equal to 9. So whenever the question says give the answer correct to 2 decimal places, it's obvious that this expression cannot be factorized. So we are going to use our quadratic formula, which says x is equal to plus or minus is equal to negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so in this case our a is 6 and our b is equal to negative 2 and our c is equal to negative 9. So x is equal to minus of minus 2. It is 2 plus or minus 2 squared. It gives us 4 minus 4 multiplied by negative 9 multiplied by 6 divided by 2 multiplied by 6. So x is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 4, and 4 multiplied by negative 9 multiplied by 6, it gives us negative 216. So minus 216, it gives us positive 216 divided by 6 by 2, it gives us 12. Therefore, x is equal to 2 plus or minus 220 divided by 2. And x is equal to 2 plus square root of 220 divided by 12, which is equal to 1.40, or x is equal to 2 minus square root of 220 divided by 2 divided by 12, which is equal to negative 1.07. So these are the two values for x. And the next part of the question says write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we are given x divided by 4 divided by 2 over y. So it is x over 4 divided by 2 over y. So to express as a single fraction, we are going to replace this division sign by a multiplication sign and then invert the second fraction 2 over y. So it is now x over 4 multiplied by y over 2, and then x by y, it gives us xy, and 4 by 2 gives us 8. So our answer is a single fraction in its simplest form is xy over 8. Okay, and then the next part of our question says express as a single fraction in its simplest form, and we are having 3 over x minus 5 minus 7 over 2x plus 1. So it is 3 over x minus 5 minus 7 over 2x plus 1. So here we can put our lowest common denominator, x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 1. So if we divide x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 1 by x minus 5, we are going to get 2x plus 1 and then multiply the result by 3. So it is now 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1 minus 7 multiplied by x minus 5. Okay, so this gives us 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1 minus 7x minus 5 over x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 1. So if we simplify on the numerator, we are going to have 6x plus 3 minus 7x plus 35 divided by x minus 5. multiplied by 2x plus 1. So 6x minus 7x, it gives us negative x. And then 35 plus 3, it gives us 38 minus x over x minus 5 2x plus 1. Okay, question number 7 of our series. So the question says the diagram shows a small rectangle inside a large rectangle. The height of the large rectangle is x centimeters. The length of the large rectangle is 4 times its height. The width of the shaded border is 3 centimeters. And the area of the small rectangle is 80 square centimeters. So we are required to form an equation in x and show that it simplifies to 2x squared minus 15x minus 22 is equal to 0. So for us to form this equation, we are going to calculate the area of this unshaded region here. So after we calculate this area, we then equate it to 80 square centimeters. So the area of this small rectangle is equal to length times width, and our width is here from this point to this point, and also our length is from this point to this point. Okay, so given that the length of the large rectangle is 4 times its height, and the height of the large rectangle is x centimeters. So this simply means that the length of the large rectangle is 4x, and we are also told that the width of the shaded border is 3 centimeters. So given that from this point to this point is 6 centimeters, is 3 centimeters, and then from this point to this point it is 3 centimeters. So the length of the small rectangle is equal to 4x minus 6 centimeters. Okay, minus 6 centimeters, and then the width of this small rectangle, it is equal to x minus 6 centimeters. So we can now say area is equal to 4x minus 6 multiplied by x minus 6, and we are told that the area of the small rectangle is equal to 80 square centimeters. So we can equate this area to 80. So we can now say 4x squared minus 6x minus 24x plus 36 is equal to 80. Therefore, 4x squared minus 30x minus, when this 80 crosses this equal sign to the left hand side, it becomes negative. So it is now 80 minus 36, and this gives us negative 44 being equal to 0. And then let us divide both every term by 2. So if we divide every term by 2, we are going to left with 2x squared minus 15x minus 22 being equal to 0. Okay, so this is what is required by the question. Okay, and then the next part of our question says solve the equation 2x squared minus 15x minus 22 is equal to 0, and show your working and give your answer. Answer is correct to 2 decimal places. So when the question says give your answer correct to 2 decimal places, this simply means that we are going to use our quadratic formula because there are no factors. So this simply means this quadratic function cannot be factorized. Okay, so we are having 2x squared minus 15x minus 22 being equal to 0, and our quadratic formula states that x is equal to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So in this case, negative 15 is our b, and negative 22 is our C, and also 2 is our A. So we can now say uh, x is equal to negative by negative, it gives us positive 15 plus or minus 15 squared minus 4 multiplied by negative 22 by 2 divided by 2 by 2. Okay, so x is equal to 15 plus or minus square root of 15 squared minus negative 22 by 2, it gives us 44. So 44 by 4, this gives us negative 176. So negative 176, with this negative here, it becomes positive. So it is now plus 176 divided by 4. Therefore, x is equal to 15 plus or minus 15 squared, it gives us 225 plus 176. So this gives us 401 divided by 4. So x is either equal to 15 minus square root of 401 divided by 4, which is equal to negative 1.25, or 15 plus square root of 401 divided by 4. This gives x as 8.76. So these are the two values for x. So x is either equal to negative 1.25 or 8.76. Okay. And then our next part of the question says PQR is a triangle and S is a point on PR. PS is equal to 10.3 centimeters, QR is equal to 12.6 centimeters, QPS is equal to 42 degrees, and QRS is equal to 35 degrees. So we are required to calculate the value of the length of QS. So to calculate the length of QX, we are going to start by finding the angle here, the angle PQR. So after we have managed to find the angle PQR, we then use our sine rule to find the area, the length of PR, and then subtract 10.3 from PR, and then we can use our cosine rule to find the value, the length of QX. Okay, so the angle PQR, is equal to 180 minus 42 minus 35, and this gives us 180 minus 42 minus 35. It is equal to 103 degrees. So this angle is 103 degrees, and then we can use our sine rule to find the value, the length of PR. So 12 over 12.6 divided by sine of 42 is equal to PR divided by sine of 103. So PR is equal to sine of 103 multiplied by 12.6 divided by sine of 42. So sine of 103 multiplied by 12.6 divided by sine of 42. So this is equal to 18.3 centimeters. So PR is equal to 18.3 centimeters, and the value of the length of SR is equal to 18.3 minus 10.3 minus 10.3, and this is equal to 8.0 centimeters. So the length of SR is equal to 8.0 centimeters, and here we can use our cosine rule to calculate the length of QS. So the length of QX is QS squared is equal to 8 squared plus 12.6 squared minus 2 multiplied by 8 times 12.6 cosine of 35. Okay, this cosine of 35. Therefore, QS squared is equal to 64 plus 12.6 squared, which is equal to 222.76 minus 8 multiplied by 12.6 times 2. This gives us 201.6 cosine 35. So QS squared is equal to 222.76 minus 201.6 cosine 35 is equal to 57.6. So QS squared is equal to 57.6. Therefore, QS is equal to square root of 57.6, which is equal to 7.6 centimeters. So this is the value of QS. Okay.